Governor Westmore, you said you're going to talk to me, but you ain't had that conversation yet. You got my phone number. Governor Westmore, Speaker Pena, Bill Ferguson. First day of session, I gave Speaker Pena my material for the Supreme Court, and you ain't act on that information. You signed off for Karson. Y'all passed this bill for Karson in less than 2 weeks. My shit been in there for 20 years, and you won't open your mouth about me. Racism don't work without black cooperation. Our black leadership is protecting white supremacy in the Democratic Party. We know Trump a racist. Scott Schellenberger a racist too. But our black leadership is protecting that white supremacy. It's Black History Month, so I'm gonna make this a Black History moment. That's Shorty's and Starbucks from 2006 to now. 20 years I've been doing this. To be the best, you got to beat the best, and you ain't beat me yet. I'm the cook in Baltimore. I challenged Governor O'Malley when he started this. Governor O'Malley, yeah, the Democratic Party in general. I went through everybody since Governor O'Malley when he was Mayor O'Malley. Mayor Brandon Scott, yeah. So this is the Maryland Citizens for the Arts. Since you won't take me to court, I'm gonna put everything I've been doing on film from 2006 to now. Really from 1986 to now, 40 years a slave. On March 3rd is my 40-year anniversary. I turned in guns and drugs to end the war on drugs, because the war on drugs is a war on the black community. It's 45 days left in session. We halfway there, 90 days. Sign a dime looking for exoneration. Like I said, I was making a movie, and Dr. K is gonna be the star of the show. Michelle Alexander wrote the book, The New Face of Old Jim Crow. Michelle Alexander got paid for that, and now Dr. K is trying to do the same thing. She's building her up to be this champion for justice. Yeah, that champion for justice, but you forgot about us. We went from enslavement to mass incarceration. So I put it in a book. That's Lieutenant Governor Boyd. That's Boone. That's me and Governor Hogan. That's Scott Schellenberger. And that's the Creative Alliance. Everything I've been doing at the Creative Alliance is my intellectual property, and it shows what I've been doing. So the show is about you. That's Sheriff Fisher and Scott Schellenberger. Baltimore County is a sundown town, and they got black leadership protecting that. That's your black leadership. That's the Creative Alliance. That's Scott Schellenberger. That's Izzy Pataki. Like I said, it's a movie, and everything is documented. You feel me? I got everybody's paperwork. So we're gonna have a postal inspector investigate this, because our elected officials don't want to do it. Brooke Lemon supposed to give me an audit. I'm out $250 million in intellectual property. You took my property on Falls Road. You accepted forged checks, and the state ain't did nothing about that. Instead of doing something about that, y'all charged me with terrorism. Activism ain't terrorism. So Kwaisi Mfume wrote a letter to the House Judiciary Committee. I ain't got to testify yet. Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown is sitting on this, and he's the biggest one in this, all right? He was Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown when I started this. He was Congressman Brown, and now he's Attorney General Anthony Brown. You denied me access to the courts because you participated in my incarceration. Kaylin Young wrote you a letter, and we talked about theft of property. The truck, the computer was taken and sold. You destroyed evidence in Illinois and destroyed evidence in Maryland because we was making a movie about from enslavement to mass incarceration. Art advocacy. I'm an artist, I'm an advocate. I support the arts, and you should too. And I put everything on film. You took my intellectual property, covered under the First Amendment, Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. See that? That's the First Amendment. I'm an artist and I get shit done. So Bill Ferguson, Delegate Lewis, my elected officials, y'all need to handle y'all's business. Y'all got 45 more days. 45 more days of session. Moses parted the Red Sea. Shorty parted some rednecks. You feel me? And we talking about Airmark, because Airmark got a lot of money invested in the prison industry. I got artists standing in my corner. I'm famous for toilets, so I'm gonna run with that. You feel me? That's a card. And this is the artist, all right? This is the artist that made the card. Y'all made me famous for toilets, and I'm gonna run with that. And I'm gonna bring Jinx with me. You feel me? The little cat. So Governor Westmore, this movie's all about you. You claim to be the first black, you claim to be all these things. Well, I know you since Robin Hood, Karen York, and the criminalization of poverty. You got evidence and knowledge of corruption in the Democratic Party, and you using your position of power to protect it. Yeah. In Chicago, we call it Operation Greylord. If Blagojevich can go to jail, you can go to jail too. You went to jail for selling seats. You're going to go to jail for selling us out. We went from enslavement to mass incarceration. And Dr. K, you got a lot to say. You feel me? Potty training politicians, people pay attention to dumbass shit. Got 90 days of session. You got 45 days left.